It began with three pillars, the foundation for UW Esports, pushing ourselves to greater heights.
Community.
Career.
Competition.
Oh yeah. Reminds me of Toronto Defiant Yakpung. Reminiscent of that, of just juggling everyone into the corner there.
Maybe that'll be the game changer here for UW.
Maybe. Oh my goodness! Great angle by Wizard.
Wow. What a shot.
And we're back. Sorry about that, but hello everyone once again, and welcome to the University of Washington versus Seattle University Showdown. We're coming at you live from the Esports Gaming Arena at the Husky Union Building, and we are going to be watching a admittedly low-stakes BO3 competition for ultimate glory. But before we get into things, let's introduce ourselves. I'm Skin, I'm from the University of Washington, and I'm a junior. I'll be one of your casters this evening.
And I'm Iconai or Frosted Heavens. I'm currently a freshman at Seattle University, and I'll be your other caster this evening.
But yeah, at the University of Washington, our esports programs seek to build and foster community, open doors to the vast career opportunities in the field of gaming, and promote the virtues of healthy competition. And we hope you enjoy being a part of our community, and we invite you to get more involved.
If you're interested in this casting or just behind the scenes work, then follow us out here on our Twitch, as well as on our social channels at University of Washington Esports, or on Instagram it's at U of WA Esports, or join the UW Esports Discord. Additionally, we are excited to announce that UW Esports is looking to hire student staff positions for the 2023-24 school year. More details will be provided on all of their platforms, and if you have any questions, feel free to contact them on Discord.
Lastly, UW Sports is holding tryouts for the 2023-2024 school year. Overwatch, League of Legends, Rocket League, and Valorant all have positions open, so sign up and come to test your skills.
Also, make sure to follow Seattle U on social media. Our Discord link is going to be in the chat, and check out our Instagram at Seattle U Esports.
Absolutely, and with that, I'm just really excited for an awesome stream. Right?
Yeah, honestly,
this is very promising. This is very promising. Two very, very talented teams going at it head to head. What can you tell us about Seattle U? Like, obviously, I haven't seen them play before, so I'm just very curious to see what you can tell me about them as someone from there.
From what I've seen them play, they're a really good team. The majority of our team is constructed of first years. So we have 4 first years on our team. That would be Nom, Polar, Teku, and Nathan, and Kwan is a junior, I believe. Of our players, I think there's one player that we need to highlight for today, and that is Nathan. He, quote-unquote, came out of retirement for this event, and it is his last event with the Seattle U Esports Valorant team.
All right, then I'm sure he's going to want to end off on a bang. Yeah? Hopefully,
I'm sure
maybe he'll be able to do so today.
I'm sure he will.
And meanwhile, on the side of University of Washington, just like you guys, it's our first year having an official esports team, but most of these players have been playing together in some capacity for a while, albeit a little more unofficially. So they've got a little more, cohesiveness under their belt, and maybe that could take them all the way here. At least that's what I'd like to see.
I sure hope not.
Yeah. We are actually going to be heading into a coin flip right now to determine which team's going to be picking sides, which team's going to be picking maps. So, over to you guys.
Alright, let's do it.
All right, it looks like Seattle U has actually won the coin flip here, so we're going to be seeing what they've decided to go for. All right, and they picked Team B, which means I believe that means that University of Washington is going to be able to ban first, from what I understand. Yep. So they're going to be the first team that's going to be banning a map over here. So we're going to, in a second, just figure out what map they've decided to ban. But yeah, while we wait for that, I just like to extend another, just some appreciation towards Seattle U. You know, they've come all this way to University of Washington campus to play us in a BO3, and they're not even going to win. So, you know, I appreciate that a lot from them. It takes a lot of heart to just come out here and play their best, like I'm sure they're going to do. So, you know, as we wait for these map picks to come in here.
We'll have to wait and see about that, but I do appreciate University of Washington for inviting us. It's definitely very here and have opponents that are quite literally across the table from us.
Yeah, again, I agree with that sentiment that it's cool to have opponents right across from you in like this LAN setting. Yeah.
Yeah, and then when cool plays happen as well, we get to see our players stand up, maybe taunt the other team. I believe if Teku gets an ace today, he will be pointing at our photographer, so maybe that photo will go viral.
Oh man, yeah, we could always do with a little more virality in our lives, I would say. Yeah.
Especially for esports.
Yeah, I would say like just in general, I feel like the players of both of these teams are just really a bunch of characters, Yeah, I think.
Yeah, for one, we have I mean, if we're talking about characters, then we got to mention our Jet player Fuller, or usually Jet player. As a super stan of Nyan.
From twice?
Huh?
From twice?
Huh? I think so.
Twice,
yeah.
right?
I believe so. Yes. I'm not super familiar with the names, but I believe he is referring to Nyan from Twice. Another character we might have on our Seattle University team is Kwan, who in our notes averages 400 milligrams of caffeine a day.
I don't think that's healthy. I think that's quite literally the uppermost limit on what doctors say you can theoretically consume.
Yes, but he does top frag a good chunk of the time.
Yeah,
So-
but okay. I mean, live fast, die young. I can appreciate that.
Let's hope for not for the die young part.
But yeah, these players are all very, very passionate about the game, so it's really exciting to just see that sort of clash between teams, between like ideologies and all that. You could say in this server here, as we're going to see as the players are entering the lobby. I think we are hopefully going to get the maps they've decided to pick in just a second here. So we're gonna hold on a little bit for that. But as we just wait for these teams to just file into the lobby. Let's talk a little bit about they've got how do you think like this team like approaches the game and all that,
Haven't been in their practices very often. But for now, I do know that Nom is the Seattle University, and so I assume that the majority of their play style is going to revolve around how he wants to play. He did used to play CS:GO, and apparently in our notes it says he misses it. Chamber should be buffed. Let us know what you think about that opinion in the chat. I personally am not too much a fan, but if it's going to help us win the game, which it won't today, it's not because.
I mean, Riot could throw out a patch really, really fast.
Real quick,
map, it could happen.
Yeah, just give Chamber a 5-second teleport to anywhere. Just let Nom go crazy.
Yeah, and he gets infinite bullets in his ultimate.
Infinite bullets in his ultimate. Yeah, and then just starts firing around like a machine gun.
Yeah,
too, right?
yeah,
Instead
yeah.
of a sniper.
Why not? I think he deserves it. Yeah. It could happen.
What? Aside from the way that we like to play the game,
Yeah,
what
funny.
would you like to say about UW?
Funny you should say that. Talk about Nom, the IGL, because funnily enough, I don't quite think we have one. I know that the next gen is responsible for a majority of calls on the team, but they're very freeform. They're very we're just kind of doing what we want to do, and if we steamroll the other team while we're at it, hell yeah. And I think
for entertaining ones when you have cool plays happening all over the place. Sometimes when it
there's
breaks
one
down
thing I
to the
can't say about
chaos.
UW, absolutely an entertaining team. So this is gonna be a real treat to watch for the audience. At least that's what I'd like to say.
Would you say there's something of like a collegiate Paper X kind of team where they just kind of thrive in the chaos?
I'd like to say that. I would like to say that at least. So yeah, I want them to show it now. Hopefully.
All right. Well, do we know what the maps
Yeah. Do we
are
happen
yet?
to know what the maps are yet, or what they've decided to pick?
It looks like the Seattle U players are chatting, which means that the ban. Do we know what it is?
Yeah, we're just gonna wait for that a little bit longer, but hopefully we get that information sooner as opposed to later.
Meantime, are there any players on the UW side that you would like to mention? I know you already mentioned that is responsible for the majority of the calls.
Yeah.
Is there anybody else that you think has been popping off recently?
I think Mitchell is definitely on a little bit of a hot streak. I think it was last week actually. We had a little bit of a inter UW tournament. Just like a bunch of players just sort of split off into their own teams to play against each other. Mitchell's team actually made it all the way to the grand finals, and while they did not end up winning, Mitchell for sure was definitely dropping kills all over the place and on like agents like Killjoy too. Yeah, so he's definitely a very impressive player. I'm gonna ask, what maps would you like to see? As we wait for these maps to come in, what do you want to see today?
Oof, that is a tough one. Assuming that we are going with the normal competitive pool, like the current active one, I would love to see Bind. I love Bind as a map, and I'm so glad that it's back in the pool. If that does end up getting picked, that will be really awesome to see. Another map that I think would be very interesting is Pearl because of how complicated the center of the map is. So I think that for a chaotic team or self-described chaotic team like University of Washington, I'd like to see how they fare if Seattle University wants to play a very strategic map like Pearl.
All right, so as you'll be able to see in just a second, we have got the maps in, but since we're on the subject, I would really like to see Split on this map because this is a little bit of like ancient history at this point, but I think all the way back in like 2020 or something, we had like not official UW team, but they were like Split was considered a very, very good map for us way back in the day. And I think especially with like this iteration of the roster being as chaotic as they are, I think Split definitely gives us that opportunity to just go all out there, just throw util around the place and just run around all crazy like. And we have actually got the maps now. So as those come in, we're going to be reading them out for you. Map 1, it looks like, is going to be Pearl, and with UW starting out on defense. And obviously, I know that's a map that you definitely wanted to see. It looks like you definitely have been getting your wish here. We got UW starting on defense. I know that Pearl is, I can't recall, I believe it is considered a little attacking sided.
I think the current state of Pearl is absolutely yes, it's attacker sided. I did mention mid earlier, but I did completely forget about the fact that the B site is currently broken, and the fact that post plant on the B site is very easy to abuse, as we have been seeing in VCT recently. So I will find it interesting to see that how UW defends or plans to defend the site, because they will be starting on defense first.
Yeah,
think,
I think that they must. If they picked side, then I think they must be a little confident. I'm not sure who picked map, who picked side here actually.
First pick, team one is UW, so
Oh yeah,
they
so
picked
you picked the
Pearl,
map. So I think
and
that with Seattle U picking side, they must be pretty confident they can just rush out to an earlier lead. At least, hopefully hopefully for them, an insurmountable lead, and they can just fight off any attempt at a UW comeback. Map 2 is Ascent, UW on defense yet again, but this time UW would have picked the side. Ascent, pretty defense-sided. The walls are made of paper. I don't have to go into it. I feel like it's pretty well known.
and finally for map 3, should we get there, we got my wish.
It's Bind, yeah. And with that being said, we're heading right into the first map. It's Pearl, and we're heading right into Agent. We're heading into the map. I think the comp should probably be the same. I don't know if UW wants to throw a little surprise the side of Seattle U real quick here, but I don't think they will be doing that. I think we're just going to be going for the same old comps. We've done all the analysis on these comps that we can do, so we're just going to be heading right into the match very, very soon.
And I think a very common theme that I'm interested to see is whether or not UW is going to try and defend the same way that Loud does, using the Loud.
Yeah, no.
If,
you guys are actually. Yeah, Seattle U is the one using it. And that's what I was talking about. UW don't even have a harbor at all on their team, which is so interesting.
But will they still only use a jet to anchor the B-Long? I think that'll be interesting if Next Gen is going to save for an op early, if that's their game plan.
Yeah, very exciting to see what they're planning to do here, because obviously this is a little different from a comp you would typically see, but obviously I trust UW. I think they can make it work. So as we head into this here, we are going to be seeing in a very short amount of time, you're going to be seeing the map again. It's Pearl. Welcome back, everybody. We're back. We're here. We're ready to play some Valorant. You'll have to see it. Yeah. They've had all that time in the pause to reconsider what they're trying to do here. We've got Ryan playing over on B side, actually. Got that alarm bot and probably going to have the turret set up as well to watch mid. Yep, there we go.
The turret's going to be watching towards mid, so it looks like they're really going to hit. And it seems that is converged or
That should be very exciting as well if these teams
too. Like that'll be fun.
Yeah, we'll cast that. We'll be here for that if that's what the community wants. Don't worry about that. I think the round's actually started already.
Yeah, we have two players gearing up for some B-long pressure.
They've been sneaking up onto the site, and I don't think Ryan has a clue as of yet. So they're going to throw out that KO knife, and that should give the information they need. That's, I believe, 2 members of Seattle U tagged by that KO knife there. So they should have an idea of what Seattle U might be trying to accomplish.
And looks like Quan's already.
That is the Killjoy down. That gets rid of a lot of utility that they were using to watch the site. And Mitso immediately getting kills on the polar Quan. Beat following up with the kill into Nathan.
Teku and Dom with 3 frags, and it's just
Not too
how
bad, but Nixon is there with the Sheriff.
I'll find you.
It's 1v1. NACL versus Teku. The spike is down, however, and Teku does have some utility for the post plant there, so who's gonna come out on top? NACL spots, does not hit the shots though. Teku caught trying to throw that grenade to delay the spike defuse, and NACL snipes him mid-throw. That is the pistol round on the board for the side of UW. That was a very, very close pistol round. All right.
Sentry.
As we head into the second round, naturally UW is going to have a little bit better of a buy here. They've got Spectres, they got Bulldogs on the board. Teku running it out with a Sheriff, which is probably going to be the most investment we're going to be able to see from Seattle U, given that they lost that pistol, will not have as much money to go for the more pricey guns on the map. NACL gonna run it down A with that Spectre, grabbing Orb immediately. Dom gonna go for a little aggressive peek through the doors on mid, but Beat will happily take that kill onto Dom there. Meanwhile, it looks like NACL probably grabbed that Orb and backed away, yeah. And, you know, a little pressure being exerted onto mid, into Arch, and a little pressure being exerted onto A main as well, but they are backing away. They have decided that that may not be the angle they want to pursue heading into this. But the next gen, he's pushed up all the way through B main, and if they decide to, and if Seattle U decides to rotate to B, they will be met with a nasty surprise.
It looks like Nathan's about to find out the hard way. And he is going to live with about 70 HP.
They just miss each other. Polar's
going to find Mitchell, and
Honda.
Polar's going to find NACL. It looks like things are evening up, 3-on-3. Beat is going to find Quan, but we have 3-on-2 on towards the A site right now.
It's choosing to run it down through the Killjoy Molly. Gets hit with another immediately. Has to plant in a less than ideal spot here, but is going to be able to get it down most likely, unless Ryan has something to say.
1 enemy remaining.
3v1. Ryan is happy to clean that up there, and that is a second round of the board for UW.
Point of view there, because when you're held off in main by a smoke and you're flashing through, there isn't much you can hope for with a pistol. But it looks like we're gonna have to settle for the overhead view for now.
All right. And as we head into round 3 here, naturally the side of Seattle U is going to be buying up. They've gone for pretty much entirely rifles. That is 5 Vandals, I believe, I've spotted here. It looks like they do have a gun of choice heading into this B site take. Of course, you do have longer angles when you're trying to run it down B. So it does make sense. Meanwhile, UW playing with mainly the same set of guns they were last time. I don't think too many of them died here. I think it was exactly 2 of them that died there. So they're just going to carry those guns forward and be pretty happy with that. They do have, I think, a sheriff or 2 on the board as well because they do want to be able to buy guns at least for round 4. And as the round starts, they're sort of starting to lurk up B main yet again. Again, a nice little overhead view here of how they're trying to approach this.
We do have 5 players. And it's important to note that UW already has 2 players in their spawn. We do have both Next Gen and NACL grouping up, and this alarm bot is going to spot them, but I don't know.
Meanwhile, as the side take is happening right now, they've thrown a lot of smokes out to try to delay that, but UW Mitchell, UW B, they're able to get those kills with the Spectres. Polar and Nathan do pull 2 back, and now the flank coming in. Teku does clear Next Gen, but I don't think he expects a second flanker because NACL was able to take Teku out with that pistol, and now it's a 2 versus 2. NACL is behind them. Ryan's in front, he's playing Heaven. They do have that ability to just sort of hit surrender side of Seattle U, but Polar taking that headshot kill onto Ryan does change things quite significantly. NACL, the last one left. 2 flashes sent out there, that's brutal, and just stuck with that brutal, you know, hold on the side of Seattle U. There's not a lot that NACL can do in that situation. That is the first round on the board for Seattle U.
And it looks like Polar is triple here for Seattle U. Great start to the It seems we are first buy-in for UW. And let's see what they have.
Here.
All right. You can see what they are maybe trying to do here. Next Gen, it looks like he's going to be a little more aggressive this round as well with that Vandal of his. Going to peek, going to run into that Cubby. Just a really standard execute here. Viper smoke to let them push across that gap, the harbor wall.
To end Next Gen's life. Looks like he's going to be watching from the sidelines for this round. Early aggression from UW punished very early on.
Quan pushing into Art, but gets taken out by Mitchell, who has been watching that. Nam able to trade though. That does give Nam a slightly better gun to attempt to take the site. With Beat gonna throw out the Astral Stars to try and delay this push on the mid here. Gonna throw out a little stun, but not really gonna get any value out of it. Gets 1. Nam goes back to his corner.
Mid.
He's got a very nice position here.
They're going right to NACL. He's gonna find
One
Polar
enemy
and
remaining.
Teku. And it's just down to Nathan on this B lurk.
And they have the spike down as well. There's not a lot he could do here. He does have a very advantageous position because I don't think they expect him to be running it down B main. That turret is going to put a little bit of an end to his plans though as soon as it spots him here. And the turret's been broken as well, so they know where he is. They know he's probably going to have to approach through mid, and they have Beat just sort of jiggling that angle, trying to get first contact. Throws out the pistol as well as a little bit of a sign of BM here. Unfortunately, Nathan isn't around to see it, but you've got to respect that effort. You got to respect that attempt. As Nathan continues to creep up mid here, they're letting him have the space. They don't mind. They've got 3 people watching that spike here. It would take an absolute miracle of sequences for Nathan to be able to get this round here. Who catches NACL with Util out, but Ryan will happily take that refrag, and that is a 3rd round on the board for UW.
Anyone feeling generous?
I got enough time to go into the Astral form.
They did go into the next round, like buying like bulldogs and all that to replace the people who fell. So they are just going to only have enough money to really afford sheriffs going into this. It's going to be pretty significant. We've got Quan on the side of Seattle U opting for a shorty. Looks like he may try to dash up and get an ult orb in order to be able to pop knives. Yep, and as we expected, going for those knives right now. NACL does have the Fade ult out, could get a lot of value here if he pops it at the right time. He's just holding on to it for now, waiting to see what would be the best opportunity to use that Fade ult to get all that information. Be able to get an early pick on the Nam here around mid. Nam does go for that lurk, but is completely unsuccessful. And NACL down to 5 HP, probably the best opportunity for him to pop that ultimate, and does so. Is going to be able to detect 2, I believe. Oh, Quan updrafts again, but just narrowly misses NACL.
I'm not sure, to be honest. I think that was a very early ult. It's like, I'm sure, like, they weren't even
I'll find you.
Go forwards. They're just
Ooh, unfortunately misses the Fade Haunt as well, so not going to get any information out of that. Catches Quan with the knife out, but unfortunately, someone's holding. Mitchell in a very dangerous spot right now. flashes, but not with greatest of timings. Mitchell knows that Quan is the shorty now. He's gonna back away. He's not gonna let Quan get that advantage. Just fight for him.
Oh, nice one. Or
Yeah.
30 seconds left.
it'll work.
NACL was only on 5 HP, so that was definitely going to happen at some point. But B and Mitchell are cleaning house here. Nathan pulls one back with the kill on the Ryan, but he's 30 HP against 3 other members that they're spamming through that smoke. Just a breeze will knock this man over.
Oh, and it looks like a breeze is gonna knock him over.
Gravity well ends any form of chance that Nathan had to somehow close out that round. That's a 4th round on the board for UW.
I'm a little concerned that UW is losing one of these early on, but they are up 4-1. See how it plays.
Here.
Yeah, I think that's a difference because Seattle U are definitely hitting their shots, but UW are surprisingly being disciplined enough to get these trades pretty much every time.
Recalling my bot coming back.
And yeah, as we head into this, I think it's a little bit of a change in philosophy to how they're defending here on the side of UW. They have KO holding B main right now, as opposed to the Jet. The Jet has moved on to A site.
I've
I think
got your
that's just UW
trail.
trying to mix it up. It does become full when you
Oh, and actually gets that kill on the Polar, but traded immediately, and Quan is able to get NACL as well. That's the A side pretty much free if they decide to push it, but they aren't going to do so. 3 members of UW running towards A because they know it's unguarded, but now Seattle U are heading towards B.
I think this is a great call from it, and it's just going to.
Yeah, the site
Doesn't have
is
a turret to
absolutely
swing
dead
off.
for the
You
taking
should
right now.
run.
Ollie on top of. Ult in from Teku. It's like. No. Mitchell's.
Going out.
Welcome to my world.
Oh, and the offensive Viper's Pit also thrown up as well, just to sort of ensure they're throwing so much into this round here, just to make sure they get another on the board. And Mitchell hears that alarm bot goes out. He knows that pushing this Viper Pit at all is going to be so risky, but it looks like UW are deciding to go for it anyway. Ooh, and trades coming in back and forth. Nathan gets one trade up by Ryan. Nom gets the kill to beat as well. Quan closes it out. That is the 2nd round on the board for Seattle U. As we head into round 7 here, we can see that Seattle U does have that ability to buy rifles again, and now UW are put on the back foot buying the Sheriffs. Next Gen does have the ability to pop knives though, fortunately, so it isn't entirely hopeless. They've just got to hit some very clean shots out of the side of Seattle U. Oh, and immediately they're being cleaned out by Quan and Polar. It's already a 2v5, and we're not even 20 seconds into the round.
Spike planted. Last player
At
standing.
this point, I think it makes more sense for them to die for the economy at this point. They don't quite have the best of weapons either.
Yeah, it looks like Mitchell's trying to take one with him and potentially escape with the rifle if he does, but Nathan here is really hungry for this kill, and it looks like Teku is going to steal it away.
Unfortunately, they are able to hit him through the wall, and that is a 3rd round for Seattle U. Yeah, that was just pretty clinical from them. Unfortunately, UW did not have the guns to be able to respond to Seattle U's barrage, and they were just able to turn the round into a 2v5 before the remaining members of UW were able to do anything. And as a result, that was just pretty straightforward. Just nothing that could be done from either side except, carry the round out. And as we see here, it looks like Seattle U are going to be going for a little bit more of an A push here. They've got their Killjoy, Teku looking down mid. And Quan and Polar are just going to be pushing up yet again. They've been getting so much value out of these pushes, either through intel or through kills. And this probably will continue as it looks like Ryan backs away, NACL backs away. They're going to give them so much space here to aggress on the site.
You move.
on the field for next gen now.
The Harbor ult being
but
popped
he
as
is gonna
well,
be
just
really
to
far
force
from the
everyone
action.
away.
Cove comes up, Nathan's gonna get this bomb down, and they're flushing. They want to get aggressive towards
Spike
Art.
planted.
Teku is gonna find 2 on this Art crunch, and UW is gonna have to face the choice of do they want to keep this up alive or do they want to fight. It looks like they're fighting right now.
Mitchell with a very nice kill to Nathan there. Just secures so much space. Now everyone left is playing
Last
off-site
player
here, but
standing.
Quan and Teku, they have something to say here. Mitchell, the last one left in a 1v2 scenario. He knows where both of the members are, but is unable to get the shots to line up. And now it's 4-4. We are all tied up.
Very healthy on their finances at the moment, while UW is probably going to have to take a half buy here. We have seen a lot of value come out from the Sheriffs, so I think it will be interesting to see how Seattle U wants.
Yeah, all right. As we head into this 9th round here, we're going to see a little bit more of a B execute. At the very least, the Spike is hanging around B here. Polar and Quan are again running it down A main with that Sky Flash and just sort of creeping up there, trying to catch anyone off guard. But it looks like they are not leaving sight. UW is not leaving sight as readily as they did last round here, which is interesting because they have worse guns than they did that last time. Mitchell throwing out that KO volley in an attempt to delay, but Nob has already pushed out through it and is able to get that headshot onto Mitchell. That gives them free reign to push through mid, but they're not even going to do that. No, they're going to go back for the spike and try and make a hit happen here through B main. Beat has that Marshall here, ability to do real damage if he's able to hit some nasty headshots, but that is 5 members of Seattle U that are about to approach him. Is he able to find any value?
Right here, Action is gonna be able to help. Should take strikes here. This is gonna have to be a monster hold from B.
Ooh, gonna throw some
he's
shots
gonna
out.
get
Next gen is able to get a Guardian kill, but Beat taken out without finding any real value here. Next gen
It
is
looks
still
like
alive and has
he's
a
about to
Guardian.
go for another one. Yeah, it does get warded away by Fawn. And Nathan is gonna get this bomb done again.
Yeah, Next gen's got an ability to definitely make some damage happen here because he's got that Guardian, which is a pretty strong weapon,
almost.
but does not hit those headshots, and Quan will be able to take that Guardian out of play here. Ryan left with the Sheriff. Not going to find too much value out of it, but NACL will with the trade. But Quan is happy to clean things up. That is 5-4. Seattle University are now in the lead.
Yeah, I think I do think that they are going to need a very good chunk of these rounds, and it looks like UW's going to call a timeout.
Yeah, after losing those 3 or 4 rounds in a row, actually 4 rounds in a row, after losing those 4 rounds in a row, I think it makes sense for them to call this timeout here. Momentum is slipping from their grasp very, very soon, especially after that early dominance. And they are going to have to make some significant changes if they want this to happen. You can see
they're probably going to. One of the changes that they're definitely going to want is the op on next gen again. It's going to let them. It's going to allow them to play more players towards mid or towards A, and just have him solo anchor B. An alternative that they could do from that, if they want to get antsy, is they could have next gen go on more flanks. We've already seen, I believe, 2 flanks come out from next gen, and sometimes he's accompanied by Mitchell. So I think that it would be very interesting to see if next gen is going to go on those flanks to try and secure more space for this team, because right now Seattle U can kind of pivot as they please around the extremities of the map. I have noticed that Mitchell and NACL are doing a great job of controlling the middle whenever Seattle U is trying to pivot. They're always there to fight, but in those first 4 rounds, like, they were winning those fights, and now in these last couple of rounds, Seattle U has started to take those fights into their own hands. So we are back into the live rounds, and it looks like, yeah, we have an aggressive push coming out through A main. We have Quan holding for it, and Teku is ready to peek with him.
Right, and you can see it's like a little bit of a, a little bit of a swarm of UW students popping up here, able to kill Quan. Teku gets the kill back, but Mitchell will happily take the kill to Teku. And it's sort of worked out for them. They're now a player up on Seattle here. Polar gonna get rid of all that killjoy utility in this attempt to secure the control over B site here. Nathan happy to run all the way up and get that spike plant down. And they run all the way through to the back of side. It looks like they want to hold a little deeper here, but that Killjoy ult going to be so influential. It's going to get them all the way off site. It's going to be so difficult.
Nathan looks like he's found himself a little bit of a corner to play in, so he will be able to avoid this. But yeah, Nom and Puller are going to have to rush to help him. Flash out from Nom.
Oh, but NACL was aware that that corner exists and is able to get that kill to Nathan. And gets a third kill to Puller as well, but Mitchell's KO Molly is able to get that kill onto Nom.
Yeah, in Seattle, it looks like Seattle U is finally going to
from
drop
beyond the
another
grave.
There is another tech pause request coming out from UW.
Yeah.
I'm not sure whose PC it is this time.
Very unfortunate here, but as we wait for this tech pause to go through here.
The cheats.
Yeah, as we wait for the tech pause to go through here, we can see, 5-5 apiece. This game is very close. Yeah, this is just such an exciting game. Could definitely go either way here. And I'm very excited to see what's next here. We might have a bit longer of a break. We're still trying to figure out what's happening with the PCs on the side of UW. And we're gonna, once we figure out what that happens, it looks like the players are just considering going on a break of their own. They're all just getting up from their PCs
yeah,
and
looks like
walking
Brian's
out.
off to the bathroom. Brian's off to the bathroom as well.
Yeah, it's just a mutual agreement
looks
here.
looks like we're pausing
Just a
too.
mutual
I'm off the
agreement
share
here.
team
Hey,
now.
we're just gonna step away from the
I already
PCs for a
have
sec. United in their need to please go to the bathroom. And as that happens, obviously the tech pause is still happening while we try to figure out what's going on. So because of that, we're going to be heading to a short break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Sure.
Welcome back to VCT China. No, I'm sorry. Welcome back to the UW Esports Seattle Youth Showmatch. We are back. It is 5-5.
As much as we wish.
Yeah, and we're heading back into this game over here. We're very excited to see what these teams have been cooking after that quick break. We figured out the issues with the tech, and hopefully we are just going to be having less tech breaks and just more action overall.
I think it's very interesting to note. This is a very good early smoke from the side of UW that is covering Victor's turret. He might get chased down here. Yeah, next gen is following this, and if Nom doesn't spot this,
next gen swings, but it's holding the wrong side.
What a flick! Early round aggression punished from UW, and it looks like Seattle U is gearing up for an ace.
Yeah, now it's already a 5-3. That aggression is very costly. Mitchell alone on site has to back away, but I don't know if the Harbor ult is going to let him do that. Doesn't back away just in time. Mitchell's going to spam back a little bit through the smoke, get a little chip damage on the quad here, but it is still a 5 versus 3. One of their members, Beat, is just so low right now.
To be honest, like, I would advise to save here for UW. Yeah, Beat's going to get closed out, and
yeah,
like Mitchell did
One enemy remaining.
difficult round here. Nathan takes out Ryan as well, and now clears it up. It's a flawless round here for Seattle U.
Last round
The
before
best
the switch.
UW can do is tie it up, but I feel like with this map being as attacker-sided as it is, I feel like if you get to a score of 6-6, I feel like you can like hold your head up high, feel good about what you've done. But
that's gonna be tough. Yeah, there's a Deagle, Stinger, Guardian, a Marshall. We're gonna see what next gen can get. He does have knives. I'm interested to see what he buys with it. I'm not sure if he knows it's the last round.
It turns out they
Oh,
don't.
there it is.
Yeah, it turns out they actually don't have money, which makes the decision to not save last round even more confusing here. But Mitchell next gen are gonna push the hell up.
Next gen's already
throwing the knives out.
He needs a headshot here, and Nom is very determined to not get it. He's getting crushed by NACL though. Wait, I need to see this.
You should run.
Nom gets that kill to NACL. The attacker Killjoy goes down as well, and A-side is theirs for the taking. The entire side of UW has to back away because there's no way they can get rid of that ult. There's no way they can expect to get a lot of kills.
Big double flank, and Nom is going to punish next gen here.
Mitchell does get that trade onto Nom though. They did have him watching that. And Ryan's gonna spam that Harbor Cove in an attempt to take it out of play.
Nathan's gonna play ahead of this. This is very risky.
They've got some very interesting answers here, but Beats caught out!
Oh!
But
Big miss is so cool! What's going on?
It doesn't matter because Seattle U is still able to clean that up.
Switching sides.
Directly quoting Claude back from his usual games in the Seattle U Esports Center, I'm him. I don't know if he can say that right after that.
I don't know if he's him.
All I know is he got the kill, and it was a headshot.
Oh, that's so unfortunate. Beat just caught out at the worst possible timing because he was in that astral form. He couldn't hear Quan drift over that box. And nearly was able to get the kill on the Quan there, but unfortunately Quan was just too quick with switching to that Vandal.
Well, it looks like we have switched sides and we're getting into Seattle U's, or sorry, University of Washington's attacking side. And this is
immediately running it down B.
Straight up B rush. This is the meta on the map at the moment.
It doesn't matter. Now I'm gonna jiggle for some information. Not gonna quite see anyone, but he knows what's gonna happen. As they start heading onto the site right here, Nom is able to get that kill to NACL pretty much instantly there. They're gonna have to start backing away.
Punishing another one from backside. Nom does get punished, but Polar's still alive back here.
He ate a lot of damage from that Killjoy molly though.
He goes down, so is Polar.
One enemy remaining.
Reiner pulling it.
Down B.
UW are pulling it back though with that third kill from Mitchell there.
Convert the round. That was very close though. Very risky. I'm surprised Polar was able to live backside for that long.
Yeah, it was a valiant effort to try and hold their ground there, but UW just kept marching forward and eventually were able to take that pistol round. Now they have significantly better guns heading into this. That is 3 Spectres, a Bulldog, and a Sheriff here, as opposed to 3 Sheriffs on the side of Seattle U. So it's going to be very difficult for them to close out this round, but they've hit nasty shots with these Sheriffs before. Anything is absolutely possible.
Yeah, and it looks like Nathan is currently setting up Colin to push A main.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as we head into this round, we can see UW attempting a similar strategy. They've got 2 people in A main here.
Push. I want to see whether or not they're able to convert these Sheriff kills. And now they're about to get crushed on, yeah, through art. This is really bad.
NACL.
Nathan's going to get one.
Down A.
Both of them are going to get punished for this A.
NACL was an interesting strategy to draw that Skyflash, but it's not going to matter because Polar's got the Sheriff, and the Sheriff is going to do the job for him. It's immediately a 2v2 yet again. Teku with some nice kills, especially onto the next gen, but Beat is able to finally, stabilize, hold the ground here. Beat is the last one left. The Ashna with a dream, able to get the kill to Nom. Has a but Polar has the headshot. Beat is stunned and is unable to do enough damage there.
Big deagle shots from Polar, triple kill in the round, and Seattle U is going to steal back that round.
Seattle U secure the anti-eco, steal back that lead from under the nose of UW.
Wow, what a tight round. It looks like UW is going to be the one bringing Sheriffs out. If there's anything we've learned, that might be an advantage. There have been so many Sheriff kills in this game, and we're only on 68. It's just going to be a fun series.
Absolutely. We are heading into the next round here. The tables have been turned. UW entering this round with Sheriffs. He's going to run into so much kill utility here.
Oh, Teku with 2.
Spike down mid.
He's going to line up B next gen. The rest of UW is going to refocus their efforts towards art, but that's where Nathan is.
Now NACL is running with that Prowler for some information. He does notice where Nathan is, but they know that there's a crossfire being held here, and Quan is able to take out Mitchell as well.
He's going to find NACL.
So few members left. Ryan's the last one standing.
At the end of the round.
And Nathan takes him out. Not a lot UW was able to do there. And the score is now 9-6. Seattle U in the lead after losing that pistol round in the fashion that they did. They came back strong. They came back swinging. And now UW's got a hell of a catch-up job to do.
Yeah, but they have the tools for the job. Rifles are out on the side of UW. I'd like to see how this new B rush happens now that they have the real guns in their hands. And looks like it's going to be Polar who's facing them. Player who started the comeback in that eco round. He does have a little bit of support in Nom, but for now it looks like they are going to be playing safe. Bomb control yielded to UW.
One suppressed.
Ethan's coming across from spawn, but he's not going to get here in time, and it looks like Polar is going to be under pressure. There's 1, 2, 3 from Nom. Almost converts a 4th. Ryan is backing away.
It is now a 2v4. That Harbor ult was so influential, just completely
Nice
snuffing
kill
out that
from
push. Beat gets the kill on the Teku there, pulling one back, but it is still a 2v3, and UW are at a significant disadvantage here. Ryan just choosing to hold that very tight angle there, doesn't want the damage to get any worse than it already is. It is a 2v2 on this side here, or rather a 2v1. Nathan holding again a pretty tight angle, just sort of jiggling back and forth there for some information here. Ryan expects to play, but is unable to capitalize on the knowledge that he has. Beat throwing out some Astro Smokes as well. The Killjoy Nanoswarm being thrown out, and now the utility has been thrown. They're going in.
Very far. The action. Yeah, and it looks like this kill between Nathan and Ryan is going to be everything.
30 seconds
He's going to
left.
capitalize on Nom.
He's able to get the kill to Nom, but Nathan knows where both players are. He's able to get the kill to B. Runs off the map
Clean for kill. 10 rounds for Seattle University. They're going to hit double digits first. This has been a very interesting game, especially the mid rounds, where it breaks out into these 2-on-2s, these 3-on-3s. It's been very interesting to see where both teams when they're on their attacking sides, where they're going to pull their players. And it looks like UW is going to call a timeout.
All right, that timeout is called at a pretty good time. Just like last half, they've lost three rounds in a row now, and it's their job to sort of stop that momentum from carrying Seattle U all the way to this map win here. Some very, very strong individual plays, and just especially like the crossfires from them have just been so solid that UW haven't really had the opportunity to push onto these sites, despite having the aim, having the numbers even sometimes. They're just unable to capitalize on the utilities and the stuff they have, because Seattle U are doing a good job at just sort of stopping their plays in their tracks.
That was a really good, well-placed molly from Mitchell right there. And as you guys could see on the stream, Polar was definitely getting pushed out of place. But like, Nom realizes that Polar is he has to fight there, and so Nom abuse the fact that everybody's aiming to try and kill Polar, and he comes out and he just kills 3 people. And that play right there is what makes Seattle U ultimately win the round.
All right, just as we head out of this timeout and back into the round 17 it is now. Seattle are up 10-6. UW's got a mountain to climb, and this is their first step towards doing so with only Sheriffs in hand. Ryan gonna hold A main to sort of watch for that aggression out of A main from Polar and Quan. Don't know how much value he's going to be able to get here, though. The turret will inform him to the presence of these 2 players. And Ryan does get one.
Ryan, but Quan's going to find another one, and he is unaware that there are players coming to help him out.
He's coming back and forth. Next is able to trade out the demise of his comrade, and is able to kill Nathan as well. So much value out of these knives here from the next gen, and now it's a 3v2 with UW in the lead. Keep in mind, this was a round where UW was only able to buy Sheriffs. They are so disadvantaged in terms of the economy. Nom holding the smoke, gonna push out,
gonna come through.
Able to catch ACL.
He's gonna find another.
Enemy remaining. Last player
kill from
standing.
Beat, and it's 1-on-1. Beat versus Teku.
Teku?
Last time, I believe UW came out top, and it looks like they're gonna do it again.
That is a thrifty for the side of UW here. Beat able to get that kill to Teku, and it's now 7-10. The comeback, it could be happening. The comeback could be real. I'm not going to say anything, but I'm going to think it.
Oh, you said a bunch. Hey,
Play some stars
at least we're not Tarek, right? You know?
At least we're not Tarek. That's very true. That's very true.
Curses?
Yeah, no Tarek curses. As long as my name doesn't start with a T and ends with a K, I think I'm in the clear.
Somebody at Tarek, tell him to tune in and cheer UW on. I'll make this game end real fast.
As we're going into this next round 18 here, pretty pivotal round because UW have guns again, and they're going to need to get this round if they want to string together a couple. And it looks like they are going to be pretty aggressive heading into Art. They're going to catch up Quan with the knives. Quan's going to have to back away. But they are choosing to refocus towards those doors and may end up running into all that Killjoy utility stuck on the other side of it. Interesting to note that the Killjoy herself is not actually the one playing off her util. That util is set up for Polar to be able to swing the doors. And ACL gets a nice shot at the Teku. Teku is caught unaware that the race back in time.
They're baiting this for Quan here. It looks like Quan is gonna
and ACL able to get that kill pretty cleanly. Mitchell gets another as well, but Nathan is able to pull one back with that kill to Ryan. And Nathan is the last one left on site. Can he hold off this storm? Just spot an ACL, able to get that kill, but Mitchell will trade. It is a 3v2 yet again with UW in the lead here in terms of bodies that are running around this map.
Nom has been great on this A site, and it looks like
catches Mitchell unawares,
Playing.
unable to hit his shots for the last possible
Last
second.
player
But Next
standing.
Gen will happily trade that. Is now a 2 versus 1. And it looks like Polar is on the flank.
it looks like they have both considered this.
Hawk out. Blind.
Good flash, but an even better turn from UW, and it looks like they're gonna hold on.
And it's another round on the board for UW. That round was so pivotal for them to win, and the fact that they managed to win it really shows that they're able to maybe turn this around. They're able to buy up weapons again for the most part. They are in fact able to buy up weapons
They are
again.
starting to build an economy as well, up to 48, 50 on 50.
Yeah, and meanwhile on the side of Seattle U, they've got a Spectre in the hands of Nom here, their top fragger. Sacrificing
I
that
do
for
believe he's
Quad to be
probably
able to
going
buy
to be
that operator, but if Seattle U lose here, it's going to completely break their economy.
Spike dropped.
Yeah,
Need that
if
back.
that happens, I mean, we're most likely going to see a 10-10 scoreline. Then again, the Eagles have been doing magical work in this game. And on the A side, but UW is completely geared up for this B push. And
They should dash on the side, but Polar is
nice,
able
nice
to
kill
snipe
from
him out of
Polar,
the air.
great cover. One is going to be able to escape nicely. Let's see the op repeat comes in. Just shot onto
Where are
NACL.
you? You should run.
Alright, and NACL's Haunt is not going to be able to find any value here, unfortunately. They've got 4 members of this B site now because they know that Nom is going to be able to just hold A site by themselves with that Viper's Pit, which is just so strong. Polar going to
Big
use
ult
the opportunity
investment in
with
this round.
this Defender Killjoy to push up.
There's
No
been huge investment
people
this
decaying
round.
on either
Both
side.
Killjoy ults, Seekers, and it looks like UW, with 40 seconds left, is revisiting their options. They don't have a lot of time left though. Nom's still playing inside this pit with the Spectre. That's where Spectres do the most work. Just small enclosed areas.
30 seconds left.
Not to mention with the decay that the pit will provide. UW is grouping here, but Seattle U seems to have the read. Polar is hightailing it over here.
Yeah,
Will he make it in time? 18 seconds. UW's gotta go.
What you find it?
Fatal's going to be so massive here. Fate still has both Prowlers online. He's able to be spotted on
They've
Viper's
got to get
position
this bomb
here.
down.
10 seconds
And
left.
Nom is able to get that kill on the beat. They know
Great
where
kills
Nom
from
is.
Nom.
They're unable
Great
to
kills
kill
from
the
Nom.
Technical closes it
Technical's
out.
gonna mop up these kills. Great hold from Seattle U. UW had nowhere to go. All this from Seattle U, and they are back in the lead. Or back up on top after losing a couple of rounds. Rifles still available for the majority of UW. I believe Ryan is probably going to have to go Deagle, but Mitchell is probably going to pick up a Guardian with this if they decide to buy together. Or Beat will go light armor, maybe? I think Beat is going to go light armor. Yeah. Deagle on Ryan, Spectre on one of the other players. But this is UW trying to play the regulation. They don't want to go to overtime on this map. And they are very quickly going to be aggressive mid doors and clearing out Beku's traps.
And
I
as
have
we see
this spike.
UW start to approach towards these double doors here, all that Killjoy util, all that Viper util is going to delay them even further and going to cause them to sort of reconsider their options, consider aggressing towards Art here. That Fade Prowler is going to go out, going to do some massive work, but not going to find any people that might be very influential here. Nathan is going to be able to
And
have first
ACL is
contact.
really looking for a play to potentially even this up. He's got to be careful, but A side is going to be wide open for UW.
The Spectacles flying everywhere.
Oh,
really forces them to
I
back
take
away,
that
but
back.
Quan is
Quan
in
is
a very nice
pushed
position.
He's not going to be able to get one. That's an op into the hands of Next Gen. Diggs could kill, but it looks like Teku is going to find a kill as well. He's stuck on site, but everybody else is main. He's kind of isolated here.
I need it. Knocking
And
them.
I'm not sure what he's going to do. If he's going to shoot his way out of this, finds Nathan, Teku with a refrag. And got a smoke on Teku.
One enemy
He's
remaining.
going to attempt to
Just
hold
got
Steve
the
here.
Mitchell. Mitchell's gonna find two.
Two, but I don't know if he's going to be able to.
And a big defuse from Teku. He's going to guarantee at least regulation. Or at least overtime. And Teku's going to take the alpha away as well. That is huge.
Unfortunately,
No,
Mitchell
he's
did not
rushed
have
his
enough
teammates.
bullets left to be able to spray Teku, and because of that, Teku just chose to keep holding down the defuse, and it allowed him to be able to close out that round.
Great
That's
game from
12-8.
Teku, though. I'm not sure if he either just like you can hear the end of the clip of the Phantom, or if he's just got that much trust in his teammates. But he just sat in Nom smoke and defused. And that is going to guarantee 12 for Seattle U. Couple of rifles on the side of UW. Moved up towards mid. Noteworthy, the bomb is not with them. The bomb is still back towards spawn. And this is very heavy arc control that UW are looking for at the moment. Quick screen up, and Newgen is going to find Teku. Crossfire for Quan and Nathan here, but
Mitchell's gonna throw that
flash through, and Quan's gonna find one, trade it out. So Nom goes down.
But able to do some serious damage here, but NACL does not allow him. He's taken out as well. Mitchell with the kill onto Polar secures that round for the side of UW. It is 9-12. We go again. UW have to win 3 more rounds here in order to secure this, and this is a very good position for them to get one more on the board because Seattle U don't quite have the economy to guarantee their ability to buy guns here. So.
I would like to see a hero rifle on Teku here. He's got a lot more money than everybody else. But if they're just going to go for the sheriffs, I mean, their sheriffs have been doing magical work in this game. In terms of the ults, I think it's very important that UW doesn't lose more than use more than one ults this round. They really want to build up those next 2 that are at 5 out of 7.
Alright, that same angle.
I'm just gonna find a refrag on Mitchell. That's soft frag of UW. Quick pivot towards Art. UW is going to have an open A site. There's a fast flank on B from Seattle U, but it's going to turn into a main flank, I believe. All 4 players coming from the attacker side of the map.
And
This flank's not synchronized though. I'm not sure if Teku and Nathan are going to wait for Polar. It looks like it. Polar is going on a bit of a detour.
Nathan may be the first person to enter into contact with the side of UW here. They are holding pretty far back. They're holding pretty forward and pretty back angles at the same time. Just angles that
Retake comes in. The guy for NACL is going to highlight all 4 players.
Catch them.
Yeah, Nom's on site. These fights are coming through. Teku's going to find one. Big grab on the bomb. And NACL is going to...
One enemy remaining.
Big kills from UW and they're going to hold on.
So close.
The sprays come through and UW managed to hold on for yet another round there. It was a little scary for a second, but that util usage from UW was so precise and it got them so much value, so much information. And
they're going to carry 2 guns as a result of it. Let's see. It looks like, yeah, they will have plenty to buy. Rifles are coming out for Seattle U right now. It looks like they intend to finish this game here, because if not, then they're going into that last round with a very crippled buy. Probably rifle and light armor on Teku. Everybody else is going to be on Spectres, Sheriffs, maybe Stingers.
They absolutely do not want this game to go into
Very aggressive push from Seattle U straight down mid, and they're going to mop up 3 players straight out of the gate.
Blocking sight.
There's now already a 2 versus 5. Mitchell and Beat are going to have to do some massive work here to pull this round through.
The dual position of the spike, though. This isn't worst case scenario. Flash over the top from Polar will clear long for them. I don't actually know if he popped it. So they still seem very wary of long. But UW needs to get their spike. One here is looking to potentially
they do want to get at least one member out and play here.
Oh, he's going to find one more, and it's just down to Mitchell. 1 versus 4. So on the line.
Actually, I'm doing these.
He is the top frag, and he has been making some crazy plays this map, but this would be unholy with 44 seconds on the clock. All of Seattle U is playing very disciplined. Nom with the jump spot towards mid doors. They don't want to give anything away for free. As Mitchell pivots towards mid,
30 seconds
what
left.
looks to be eventually Art. Teku's going to make the read.
Teku is looking to intercept Mitchell's play onto Art right now. Going to be the first person that Mitchell comes into contact with. Will he be able to predict where Teku is playing from? That
Yep, Mitchell's gonna alert him, and it's gonna swing out for Teku. He is going down, but it's 8 seconds left. And as long as Nathan plays this smartly, he's gonna go down.
Able to plant that spike, but they might be able to intercept him.
And a big swing from Nom, and Polar's gonna finish the game.
Not able to pull that out.
13-10, Seattle University takes the first map, and it looks
Yep, that was
Don't
obviously a
stop
very,
that
very tough, very well fought map from these teams, but unfortunately, Seattle U will come out on top at the end with that score of 13-10. Very, very disciplined play from them. A very, a very good idea of how they want to approach each round, and I think that really made all of the difference in the end, especially in that last round, 2v5. There have been teams that have definitely lost that before, but even when they went down to a 2v4, a 1v4, a 1v3, a 1v2, they still kept their calm. They still decided, hey, we're going to push together, and we're not going to let this go into overtime. And at the end of the day, it did work out for them, and we closed out the game.
Yeah, I think that it's very worth noting that even though they lost, it was a very close game, and Mitchell was at the top of the scoreboard. So yeah, I do find that on a map like Ascent where KO is currently meta, I do think that this is going to be interesting to see how he fares on that map as well. Because if he's gonna play the way he did in this game, like they definitely have a chance as well. It was a great game from both teams.
Very excited to see how these teams are going to perform in map 2, which is going to be Ascent here. We can see the Seattle U players, they look relieved, they're stepping out, they gave each other, they're just congratulating each other, dapping each other up, They did a great job, they're very proud of it. UW on the other hand, they're a little deep in thought, they're really thinking about how they want to approach map 2 here, if they want to keep this series going, if they want to pull out of Ascent with a W. And as we say that, we're going to be heading into, a little bit of a break. When we come back, we'll be heading right into map 2, which is Ascent. Like I always say, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
We'll see you there.
We're back. Hi. Did you miss us? We're
I
here
hope so.
now. We're here now. It's we're done with map 1. We're heading into map 2, which is Ascent in a little bit. Yeah, I think we're feeling really good. That was a really close game, and I think we can hope for a really awesome series.
I would not mind if games went that long for all 3 maps. Hopefully we get just a 3-mapper. Because that first map was so fun to watch, so fun to cast.
Yeah, I think just the clash in these teams and like how they approach this game so differently, I think really, really adds a lot to just watching it. The storylines, it's great all around. Very big fan personally, I think. And as we are heading into Ascent, because
I
wars
would
are very
love to
hard,
see
you can see
the
UW
comps.
starting on defense here. And we're heading right into this agent select. I think I was listening a little bit to UW and how they were talking about, how they felt about map 1, and I think the general consensus was like their Pearl comp, it wasn't super well tested, and they decided, you know what, let's just go with what we know, right? And in Ascent, I'm excited to see if that's what they just do. If they just decide, you know what, let's just go with what we know. And it looks like they are planning to do just that. We've got Next Gen on Jet, we've got Beat on the KO, we've got NACL on the Silva, Ryan on Killjoy. Pretty standard.
These are much
comp,
more
I would
meta
say.
comps
Pretty
than
more
the one
well-defined.
we saw on Pearl. This here is the standard that most teams are running in pro play right now.
Yeah, only really minor differences. I think Nathan
Astra
wants to go with
Omen.
the Omen, and Mitchell is more of an Astra kind of guy. So if that is locked in pretty quickly, that is probably going to be the difference in comps that we see here. Very excited to see this map go through because this map's a lot more well known. A lot of more people have played it. We've sort of settled into like a comfortable place in the meta. People know what they want to do.
Plus, I'm
People
sure
know
a
what
lot
the
of
other team
people have
wants
gotten a whole lot of Ascent recently in their premier games. I know that me personally, Premier has been really fun, and if you guys are doing that, maybe you guys can review the Pearl game because that is both tonight and on Monday. If you guys are gonna play, Pearl is the map. Here we are going into Ascent, which I'm sure these 2 teams probably got practice on. We do have a notable swap. Pillar is now on Jet, as I'm used to seeing, and we have Fawn on KO for Seattle University. While UW has switched Mitchell and Beat's positions. Mitchell is now playing controller and Beat is playing initiator.
Yeah, I am definitely more used to seeing Mitchell on that controller or sentinel role. I think Beat is pretty flexible. He just kind of plays whatever the team wants him to do, so nothing really surprises me with that guy anymore. As we head into this first round, Seattle use on the offense.
Oh yeah, and Teku's on Sofa instead of Killjoy.
Yeah.
We have Nom moving over to that role, his comfort role, and that is a role, that is a position that Nom is very used to playing as IGL. So much easier to IGL when like a character like Killjoy. Very early aggression coming out from UW towards me. And Nathan's gonna suffer an early dig. And Nod is gonna get crunched from mid.
Polar able to take one back with a kill into Mitchell, as they don't have access to the entirety of the site. And as Polar just decides to clear out everything in hell, gonna jump up into heaven as well, try to catch Beat off guard here. Gonna have to see if this is gonna work.
I think this fight's gonna determine how this retake goes. If Polar wins this, he's got a huge advantage, yeah. And
Beat caught out, attempting to go for that KO flash lineup. Pays the price very, very dearly, but NACL is able to take one back with that kill onto Quan. Polar push through, gonna get that kill to NACL.
Polar's got 3.
No charges left.
One player left to go. It's just Ryan, Scan, and Nathan's gonna find that wall bang. Or bang, as I should call it. Round 1 pistol goes to Seattle University. But as we all know, that doesn't necessarily mean round 2. We are going to see a sheriff come out for Ryan, at least, and potentially Mitchell, yeah, and potentially next gen. It looks like they're going to be replicate Seattle U's last anti-eco with a couple Deagle headshots of their own.
Alright, and as we head into this round, UW being very aggressive with their hold here. They've got 4 members of the team on B here. They're really, really gambling on the fact that they expect Seattle U to hit this B site here. Unfortunately, it's not really determined as of yet whether this is going to be the case, because they do have 3 members sort of peeking out A, but they do
This is
also
a
have
super
a
deep
spike on
hold
B.
from Seattle U, though. Look how far back everybody is. They're really expecting mid-round aggression, but UW is not giving it to them. It looks like Seattle U is going to
Shadows traveling.
Interesting smoke here from Nathan, because I thought they were going up cat, but
I mean, with guns like the Stinger or the Sheriff, I think you want more close rounds fights here. Mitchell with a very nice shot of the Polar there.
I need it.
Yeah, they're looking for that rifle, and here we are. We have on trying to protect and police this rifle. He's gonna find one. Deagle whips out. Mitchell's gonna go down. He's gonna find another one. B comes out of the smoke.
One enemy
This is
remaining.
really chaotic. Nathan is gonna wipe up the rest of the ecos. That was a very well played round from you, though. Great first one dig, and they tried to collapse on the rifle. Seattle U had the good read, and they tried to police the rifle, but just shot heads. I thought that was very well played by them.
Alright, we are heading into, I believe it is round 3 now. UW have better guns heading into this. They have the rifles on the board here. You will notice, I think Quan was the one who bought a hero rifle last round. Didn't really get a lot of use out of it. But mainly, it looks like they do have a pretty solid buy heading into this here. They have 3 members with rifles here as they slowly creep up into this A site.
A little bit of chip damage there onto the Sova player, and this is looking like an A hit. Better knife.
The knife tags 3 as well, so yeah, the knife tags 3 people as well, so they're gonna have to head back and reassess the situation here. Nob going with a very, very interesting spam here onto Ryan, which is nearly going to take him out, but he's managed to survive with just 13 HP and has to back off a little bit.
I think he saw the shoulder there, so really frustrated that he couldn't convert the kill, but I think even just the damage is good enough. He's pulling another player over, as the rest of his team is still grouped up outside of A.
Nob unscopes at a very unlucky moment there. He's going to get a lot of damage onto NACL though. Going to back away. You know, he's gotten 2 members of UW to very, very low.
Coming back.
Next gen does kill Quan. Nathan takes him out
30
as
seconds
well.
left.
It's an execute on the A site here. Didn't really get to see it happen, but Nathan is going to get the spike down.
Spike planted.
Be a very interesting call if UW were to go for this with 2 players on 10 or lower HP. Or very close. I'm still holding, but yeah, I don't. Wow, UW's actually going to go for this. Let's see how the rifles go.
They have 3 rifles though, so the dream is by no means dead if they're able to bait each other out, treat each other very well here. By no means is it over, but they are deciding to save here. They have 3 guns, and they might as well keep them around. Nam does kill NACL, but Mitchell is able to get that trade. 2 rifles carried on into the next round. It is by no means a bad amount of rifles to carry on.
I think it was a very smart decision from UW here. They're going to be able to force up behind this again. and we'll probably see an aggressive play come out, trying to make use of the rifles that they do have.
So by the way, Mitchell hears the jump and attempts to spam Nathan through the wall, but is unable to land any of the shots though. It is 3-0, Seattle Youth lead. And immediately a timeout is called.
I should play some Astro Stars in this reality.
This is very early to call the timeout, but I'm sure that they want to avoid any sort of swing in momentum, as did happen in both of the previous halves of last match. As soon as they lose 3 runs in a row, Betty's there to call the timeout to sort of calm the team down, sort of stop that negative energy, that slide of momentum in Seattle U's favor. And we'll see if it pays off here.
I do think that it is worth noting. Yeah, sure, they are down 3-0, but every member of UW on the board early, that's always good to see. You never want someone to have very, very limited impact and feel like they just can't get a kill early on in a decider map. So the fact that they're all on the board at least is a very good sign, and I think that they're going to be able to carry that momentum forward and start generating wins.
Yeah, Valorant is absolutely a very momentum-based game, a very mental-based game as well, where you just really need to get your head in the game and keep that head in the game, and it just makes so many comebacks possible. Even not that this would even be that much of a comeback, they are only 0-3 down. And as we head into this next round, you can see that all 5 members of Seattle U are bunched up in A main here, looking to go for some aggression, most likely, as soon as the barrier comes down.
Next gen looking to get involved here.
He's got immediately destroyed, which allows Next Gen to continue lurking around in that space, just holding that aggressive angle out A main.
One way as well. This is going to give him a big advantage. Looks like Khan's got a lineup for this though.
Flash.
Ups and flash.
Next Gen just push back away. Yes, dash out. Gets 1, nearly gets 2. That KO flash on the side of B was so strong. All 3 members there pushed down. Seattle blinded, but unfortunately Next Gen was not able to capitalize on any of that with a kill. And now they're reassessing. They're sort of backing away now. They know that there's so many members of UW ready to stuff this push.
Shutting them down.
Considering how they're aggressive here, maybe looking a little towards Catwalk. They've got not Taku rather. I believe that's Nom.
That is Nom.
Hold that way forward.
Full blind still converts the kill.
That's so huge for the side of Seattle there, because you know they want to take this fight as well, potentially win it.
One on entry duty, he's going to find a full
Runs out of bullets!
blind.
Gets the shot with the pistol as well.
1 enemy remaining.
Great flash from Nathan there.
Spike down A. 30 seconds left.
And it's just down to Ryan.
Ryan breaks door. There's so
Spike
much,
planted.
they're so stacked against him here, but he's got to try. They're 0-3 down. They just came off a timeout as well. Losing here is going to do so much damage for their mental. Peeks out to that smoke. Polar is watching it though, maybe able to just pre-fire him as soon as he pokes out.
Not a chance. Polar's inside.
4th round in a row for Seattle U here. UW are gonna have to change some things up and quick if they want to pull this map back. And as we look at that, we can see B and ACL are the only 2 members of the team who are able to buy rifles. Ryan with a Bulldog, Mitchell with a Sheriff. Oh, Next Gen actually with the rifle as well, just barely able to buy enough here.
Yeah, I think he sacrificed a little bit of util there. Maybe it was an updraft, but in order to get full armor. But a singular updraft isn't that big of a deal when it comes to Jet.
Ooh, that KO knife gets so much information here from both players.
Or from the Sova Dart.
Ooh, and he's attempts to spam that second. You could actually see the bullet tracers and he wants to catch him right on back. And now it's already a 5 versus 3 here. You have such a conflicting, fragmented buy that it's so difficult for you to get back in this round with just the 3 players that you have.
Big off
Nathan's
angle from
holding such an
Nathan.
aggressive position here. He doesn't expect it. Drops down, but ACL snipes him out of the sky. It's a 2v4 here. So able to get the kill to 1 as well.
Last player standing.
Taken gets the Next Gen. Mitchell happy to get the kill to Nom in return. It is a 1v2 here. Very, very possible with Polar on such low HP. Sova Dart though going to get so much information, but Mitchell hasn't dropped down quite as of yet. He's going to drop down now. They've probably heard him. And Polar spams through the box and is able to take out Mitchell. That is
2 great kills out there from Mitchell. Really trying to make the most of the situation. To be fair, that was a pretty good, like just one timing away from
1
and
second,
being able
peeps.
to
I
isolate
gotta visit the Astral to play
really
some
Teku
stars.
under hell. A good spam from Polar denies the chance, and Seattle U is up to 5.
Yeah, that was
That'll work.
a very strong attempt, but unfortunately, as soon as they heard him drop him out of heaven, they understood. Polar understood where he would most likely have to hide. And
Without a star, I
just stuck
cannot.
that out his game.
One suppressed.
Therefore, he didn't really have that much of a chance. But as we head into this episode, Polar gonna notice NSCL, gonna fire off a few shots, but he expertly backs away. And some shots being traded back and forth through this wall of ascent.
Nathan's lurking this B main area, but it looks like the rest of our Seattle U team is walking over towards A main. Nathan's gonna get droned out here though. And it looks like they're getting pulled over. Yeah, but the knife is gonna tell them everything that they need to. A little bit of indecision here from. Oh no, it's just that's a jump spot.
Spike dropped.
And it looks like Seattle U is grouping up for this A hit again. They really seem to favor this A side. They don't like pushing killjoys. It's
They're such a back away, but B is there waiting for them. He's going to get knifed though. Not going to be able to use any of that utility to delay them any further. Gets a headshot of the Teku, but that's not quite enough when the only weapon you have is a classic. Teku got 2 there, and Polar
30
also got a
seconds
headshot,
left.
so now it's a 2v4.
Spike planted.
ACL shock darts the smoke, is worried that someone's going to be inside of him, but unfortunately that is not the case. Going to throw out a second shock dart as well. Not going to get any real value out of it, but with that recon pull, this round is pretty much wrapped up with a bow. There's not a lot that NACL can really do.
Seemingly just looking for exits.
Last player
Ryan's
standing.
gonna get converted by now. Does get one, but
Guess that
Alm's
kill.
gonna clean up
Guess
again.
that kill to Ethan, but Nam is immediately able to trade that back.
If you're
We
not
hear
a
an
good shot
audible
today,
cheer from the side of
don't
Seattle
worry.
U. They
There
needed
are
that
other
round.
ways to be useful.
It really helped them, you know, just really be confident, be even more confident. They're 6-0 up right now, and they've got to be riding that confidence high, I would say.
I think it's worth noting one of the major storylines in this game is that it is Nathan's last game, and I think an early start from him, 7-2 and 6,
into the
is
unknown.
definitely going to be a confidence booster, but he needs to be careful to not let that carry
Get out of my
him
way.
away, because if you stop worrying for a second, you stop focusing, who's going to be right back in this game, and then you're going to be wondering why you suddenly can't whip up the numbers anymore.
Unfortunately gets spammed immediately out by
Spike down,
Teku.
B.
Ryan is able to get that kill to Nathan though to compensate, but it's not, doesn't mean a lot when
cannot
there are
use that.
4 members immediately about to aggress onto your site. Ryan gets Teku, and Mitch gets Mission Polar as well. Now the tables have turned. It is a 4v2 with UW being favored here.
Last player standing.
Tries to spam out Mitchell, but gets taken out. Classic stuck on site, all alone.
He's off.
And unfortunately,
Now, where is the
Ryan is
factory
able to get that
reset?
cleared. The Killjoy ult really doesn't give Quan a lot of options there.
And I think it's worth noting that, you know, last game, I think Seattle U did a very good job of avoiding Ryan. He had both a very low kill, but also pretty low death count on the defensive side of Pearl, because he was just getting avoided. Already finding a way to find more impact in this game. As we know, Ascent is a very good map for the players, and he's trying to maximize that.
Placing swarm grenade.
Yeah,
Swarm grenade
even
out.
with that first round on the board on the side of UW, this is still a hell of a mountain to climb, especially since this map is considered as defensive-sided as it is. UW are going to have to make a very strong stand here if they want to put themselves back in contention to take the second map and take us to map 3, which is going to be split.
They're doing that in B main. They were walking up, but it looks like they've decided that they need to patch their hole in.
Oh, it
Where
looks
Tom
like
is currently lurking.
Polar and Mitchell jump peeking, jiggle peeking each other repeatedly, but Polar gets killed the next gen and beat!
Double opening from Polar. We still have Mitchell and L. He's gonna be able to get 2. What a hold. Mitchell's doing everything he can for his team.
Yeah, but Polar's very happy to just swing and take that third kill as well. Ryan.
Spike planted. Last player
Polar with
standing.
the 4th. What a swing. Ace from Polar. Oh, what a statement. First round from UW gets countered right back by an ace from Polar. This guy is here to play, and he's really feeling it back on this jet roll. 15-2-1.
And I felt like
With
UW had...
almost 9,000 in the bank.
And I felt like UW had some really good ideas there, especially with that hold from Mitchell inside of Wine, but it just felt like Polar could do no wrong. There was not a single opportunity for UW to get that kill onto him there, and he's just happy to take all 5 kills there, secure that ace, secure that extra boost of confidence for his team there. You can hear them cheer. They're ecstatic. They're happy. They're in the driver's seat now, and UW are just along for the ride.
I really hope that.
Next year, we just peeks out with an operator.
That's what they need.
Oh, that's gotta feel good. Oh, he gets the second kill into Nom as well. Ryan gets the kill to Nathan.
Spike down,
It's now
B.
5 versus 2. Next gen with those operator heroics here. Gonna be doing so much for the side of UW here, and as Quad and Co head towards that B side, they're gonna be led by Next gen, they're gonna be led by NACL, but they drop like full eyes. Quad and Tech
Last player standing.
Great peek from Mitchell though. He's gonna find Quad in that dead zone in between Slash, and he's gonna clean this up as well. That's what you need when you have your momentum start and get it ripped away from you by something like an ace. You cannot shy away, and I think that Next Gen realized that. That was a very good play for him to get really aggressive with this op, which by the way hadn't been on the field until now.
And Polar immediately calling a timeout. They're not having this. They are up 7-2, but they refuse to concede even a tiny little piece of that momentum that they have going for them here. So they're immediately going to throw into the timeout as soon as UW puts that second round on the board. They want to close this out right here, right now.
And I think, honestly, like if I'm playing this game and I'm Nom, I'm calling like just when this timeout gets called, I'm just telling my players to rush A. A has been definitely a better site for them when it takes.
Oh, and you can see them ping A right now.
Yeah, it's like it. And also like when you have a timeout, the other team has to want. They're discussing are they gonna pull out a cool trick play, and sometimes like that quick rush A just hits you right in the gut. It'll be interesting to see if that's the call. Oh,
they're doing a little bit of a split here. Oh, it looks like they are planning to split up towards mid, most likely, and then just see where that takes them. On the side of UW also with a lot of aggression towards mid. It looks like it's going to be just a total brawl out here on this mid site. Oh, and Next Gen holding that position with the operator yet again. Are they going to expect it?
Wow, this is very aggressive.
Oh, he's fully put in an aggressive position here. He doesn't care about the turret. He has that shot. He pulls the shot at the flash. Gives him enough time to reload and dash away. He gets a 1. He gets a second on the Nathan as well.
Enemy
Will take that back though. But Mitchell is happy to clean that up. That was just such an aggressive play from Next Gen that paid out huge for the side of UW here. And that timeout meant nothing to UW. They were just so happy to take that round.
Yeah, I mean, your opponent might be whipping up a plan, but if you just say, what if we just punch you in the mouth first, then no time to enact the plan, right?
Yeah, UW saw them take the timeout. They said, okay, sure, I'm sure you've got a really nice plan here, but consider, what if we just, like, don't let you do that?
But what if we just took Next Gen's up and just like
I need this.
shoved it in your face, you know?
Absolutely. UW are just simply not allowing
Cover going
Seattle
out.
U to play their game, and that's exactly the kind of aggression that I really wanted to see from them heading into this. And it's time to see if they're able to turn that around a little bit.
Vibes out for Polar. Big group up towards B side. Actually, no.
It looks like they are going to reconsider despite meeting no aggression whatsoever on that B side. In fact, I'm pretty sure that Mitchell was the only person even holding it.
I think they're just trying to find out where the Dread is.
They are still heading towards A. I think, yeah, they are definitely a little more wary of that operator now. So they are playing a lot more cautiously than they were in the past. And I think that's making a huge difference here. As they creep up towards A main.
Let's see Kong. Stay away. Quick A take. This is going to be a 5-on-5 retake unless we get some spam kills this way.
One suppressed.
Absolutely here. And with that fight, I feel like pretty good if you're in the offense here because just any trades will always work out in your favor now the spike is good planted.
They broke their own wall.
Nowhere to run!
Very well, but it's a matter of Ryan's happy to get 2 there. And the KO should be back online soon. It looks like they are in fact rezzing him right now. Polar holding that frenzy, unable to get a lot done there.
Onto Teku and Nom. Smoked off. This does not look good for them.
It's him with the recon as well.
Last
They know
player
exactly where these
standing.
two players are playing from and instantly cleaned up. That is a 4th round on the board for UW.
Great adjustment.
Yeah, excellent adjustment coming out of the timeout. It
Last
almost feels like the
round in
timeout
the
was for
half.
UW
Yeah.
as opposed to Seattle U because there's just such a change in how they're approaching this. Immediately after that timeout occurred, 3 rounds in a row for them coming off of that.
Here.
Yeah, maybe that's the secret UW buff, you know? Just like make the
Here.
other team timeout.
I think it's worth noting, like I brought up earlier, great start to the map from Nathan. He hasn't had a kill since the last time I talked
Here.
about it, and this is another example of sometimes you gotta find a way to get the momentum back. The momentum's definitely gone from Seattle U sales right now, and it looks like they're
run.
looking to just get aggressive B here.
Ryan
is
is
gonna
gonna
look
beat up.
to
He's got a
play
ult
really
to
far
use it,
ahead.
but it's not really gonna be working out right now because of that KO ultimate. So he's gonna be holding a little more aggressively, but has to back away because the technicals will blink out as well. So much utility being invested into this round inside of Seattle here, and immediately next to take a Polar. B takes out 2. One and taking down for the
enemy
count.
remaining.
NSCL takes out Nom with that trade to compensate, and now Nathan, the last one left, actually misses the shot surprisingly enough. So there's only on 25 HP. The TP is gonna go through, and now it's a 4v1 retake. Nathan's gonna have to pull off a miracle. Like 2 members of UW are on low HP though, so can he surprise them with this aggressive push?
Wow, this is a very, very interesting teleport. NACL's not gonna be ready for this. Oh, but big trade comes in from Mitchell. And after a very strong start to the half for CLU, it looks like UW has recovered. 5-7. We all want a good game, right?
Yeah. Excellent bounce back from UW here, and if they're able to carry this momentum into their attacking half, we could have a game on our hands. Oh,
Switching sides.
it felt so difficult, especially when Seattle U went up 6-0. But UW immediately bouncing back there with, you know, in the manner that they did, especially with the next gen just stepping up to the plate and swinging for the fences. I think it just made so much of a difference there. They got 5 rounds on the board, and it went from, oh no, it's all over already, to, you know what, maybe they have a good chance. And this pistol round would go such a long way towards them having that good chance, especially considering Seattle U took the last one.
I wonder if Seattle U strat on defense this time, if they are going to prioritize the op, because the op made such a big difference for UW on their defensive side. Just look at how they were playing before versus after. I wonder if Seattle U is going to potentially have Polar saving for that op, or if he's actually just going to go for the rifles, try and assert dominance early.
Yeah, and UW having a little bit of a strategy meeting down right outside of A main, you know, guys, the plan is simple. And
Drone
hopefully
spot
Next Gen
from
is
Nom.
able to execute that plan. But the first one, Polar here. Polar
Enemy
gets the kill on
kill.
Mitchell, but Next Gen is able to have that trade here. Nathan has to back away to the back of the side behind Jen. But
Here
Next Gen's
UW
not having
will
any of it. Dashes all the way up. But Nathan's able to
Nathan's still on site. He's got
Last player
reinforcements have
standing.
arrived from Nom.
Spike
And Nathan
down
is just being
A.
such a menace here. They're unable to get rid of him, and NACL is now the last one left in a 1 versus 3. So difficult. Nathan left with 8 HP, and Teku will be happy to come from behind and close that round out.
First round of the half goes to Seattle U. After losing 4 straight, that's got to feel good for them.
Yeah, Seattle U have been very strong on these pistol rounds. I want to say that is maybe the 3rd one they've won. I don't recall if they won
I think you're right.
pistols on Pro, but I do feel like they won exactly 1 there. But they've been pretty strong with the pistol rounds overall. They have a good idea of how they want to approach it, and Polar is just hitting those sheriff shots. And in fact, the entire team of Seattle U is hitting those sheriff shots so consistently. Their aim is top notch for sure. That's been a big difference.
Now, but Sheriff or Op doesn't really matter if it's getting that 1-shot kill. And it looks like Next Gen has been delivering on that front spectacularly. He's looking to go for it again. Eagle out for Next Gen. Big shock dart onto KOB. GLU doesn't want to give up anything.
UW happy enough to just sort of back away and reassess what they want to do with this round here, especially since they've noticed all the pressure being applied on them towards B. I think they're rotating towards Catwalk into A, but they are going to run first into Polar, holding that angle with the Sheriff, hoping to probably dash away
I'm
afterwards.
not sure if I like this from Polar. This is very isolated. It's also a close range fight. Oh, huge from Polar!
Unable to get
Oh,
two
only
though.
got
He was a
one.
little too greedy, and Beat's able to get that kill with his classics.
Adjustments are in place though. Yeah, Con's ready to take contact.
Spike down A.
Traded, but the Con's gonna get fleeced.
Trades going back and forth.
Last player standing.
Nathan on site still. He's gonna find
right off guard, and Mitchell can't do anything to fall.
Nathan back in the game. Good stuff. Rifles are gonna come up for UW this round, I believe.
Yeah, this is where things change. If UW wants to be able
probably
to
play some
come
stars
back
in the
out,
astral
this
plane.
is the round where he's going to have to start, because you lose this round, you're down 5-10, and that means that Seattle U has double your rounds, which is just so demoralizing. So as a result, this round's a pretty big round to win. You know, it's your round where you definitively have better guns in your opposition. And this is your time to be able to capitalize on it.
Wow.
It down.
Down B.
Killed the Ryan. Mitchell bait has to hide in a corner. Now he doesn't know what to do because the entire team of Seattle U, it feels like.
MVP, but next gen is very good.
He runs through the volley, but it doesn't work out because Nathan is happy to get that headshot because for some reason he's still watching it. And he took us 2 kills on the Teku and Nathan, and now all of a sudden this round's looking so much more doable. It's already a 2v2 yet again.
Yeah, but the difference is the 2 for UW are together and the 2 for CLU are very split up. One is going to have to hit one hell of a pop flash here. Let's see perspective.
One backing away
They
a little
got
bit.
the bomb.
He knows that UW have the spike, so he knows it might not be
Bot coming back. Recalling my
a good
bot.
idea to sort of not play that with his teammate here.
Spike planted.
They've grouped up as well as the spike goes down.
Oh, miss knife from Quan.
But the person said they do know, they do suspect at least, that people are playing in Boathouse.
One enemy remaining.
Oh! Just like that, it's over.
Nexton unfortunately misses the shots, and Nom will be all too happy to take those 2 kills served on a platter. It is now 10-5 in favor of Seattle U.
I wasn't even aware that the retake was going that fast.
That was
I wish we had an instant replay, that would be so cool.
But yeah, that was just so well timed from the side of Seattle U. They didn't give UW any opportunity to breathe there.
Yeah, even the missed knife turns out to be a non-factor.
Absolutely. Now we head into the sector. It looks like Mitchell may have forgotten the spike. They're gonna have to go back to get it.
Placing
Scatterbrain, you know, but hee we're quirky like
Placing
that.
swarm grenade.
It's fine. We've got the spike down in A main here. They're gonna go for a little bit more of a split. As this round begins, it looks like a jet v jet battle. Next gen, no real damage done to either side as Polar just chooses to back away onto the operator here behind Jet.
Get out of my
very
way!
dangerous combination if they decide to go towards A, but they're not even doing that, and Nom is still happy to get the kill to NACL.
Yep. Group towards middle as they explore. Nom is waiting to play off of his alarm bot here. Yeah, it's gonna alert them.
Cover go.
And a smoke from Nathan comes in
One
reactively.
suppressed.
Teku is holding the smoke so intently to get first contact onto Ryan and will not miss that shot. It's just such a lethal position to play there. He's going to throw out the drone as well, it looks like, but probably not going to find anything because the entirety of UW is pushed up towards Catwalk.
Shadows traveling.
Nathan throws
Smokes
the
it down.
play.
I'm not sure if UW knows where to go here, and to be fair, I'm not sure if there is a good place for them to go here. They got 3
30
people in A,
seconds
but
left.
you can't go back to B with 30 seconds left. There's our next gen. Bishop forward.
Next gen updrafts onto Heaven. Can he get this here? That would be so huge in getting the spike down. He's going to back away.
10 seconds left.
Spike down. Jen. Polar has the shotgun. Mitchell gets the headshot though, prevents Polar from getting that shorty kill, but Quan is going to wrap that up because the spike isn't down. There's hardly enough time.
Oof. Rifles again out for UW at least, but we're straight for CLU. To be fair, they did manage to come back last half, but
Going to Astral to do them
I mean,
Astral Guardian
CLU
things I
gets
do.
6 rounds in a row again, then they're just going to win the game.
Yeah, this is going to be a lot more difficult for UW here because, you know, you're down 11-5, you have this timeout, you're going into this timeout. You've got to pull out all the stops, all the tactics on your table. You're going to have to lay it out here if you want to pull this comeback off. And by no means is it not doable. It's just so difficult. It's such a strain on your mental. to attempt to pull this off here. And I know for a fact that the UW players, they do have that ability, that talent to be able to do it. But the question is, do they feel like they can?
Interesting to see what this timeout is about. I'm not sure if it's more of a mental timeout where they're trying to get pumped up, or if it's more of a strategical timeout where they've noticed something in Seattle use defenses that they can exploit. Right now,
Right there.
if I'm probably employing the CNED strat and just avoiding Polar. But then again, they just on the comp that they have, the only tool they have to find out where he is Sova drone.
Yeah, but UW are by no means out of it yet. I was looking over at Benny, the coach, during the timeout, and he's got a smile on his face. He's got a bit of a smile on his face. He's still feeling good about this. He still believes that his team can take it all. And that's so important. That good mental. As we head into this round, the second round of this duel between these two teams. Polar smoke yet again, but the moment he takes a shoot out the shoulder drone gives him
Spike
just
down
to be able to
My ultimate grenade.
UW now up 3-2. Nom's got a health
One enemy remaining.
to capitalize. Is very happy to take this jump out into Teku. Will not get the kill, but for the courageousness, that's got to be applauded here. Teku has the drone though. He's going to send that out in an attempt to at least get one of the two remaining players' locations. Will not get attack though. I think he suspects that one player member is playing hell, so he is going to throw that shock dart too. Ooh, that's a very interesting shock dart being thrown here.
Missed the second one, yeah.
And watching some average Jonas there for real on 14 HP. Unable to pull it off. And ACO with the tea bags as well. A little bit of toxicity there with the shooting bodies.
I'm interested in how that round might have gone if Teku had not missed his second shock dart. I don't think it would have killed NACL, but it would have been very low.
Oh, I thought it was intentional because it did land around Jen, so I thought maybe he was trying to clear the person out of there. I'm not confident.
I think he just aimed it a little too high, but yeah, you could be right as far as I know.
Maybe I was overthinking it, but
Turret out.
yeah,
Oh, you could be right.
I'm watching a little too much average Jonas lately.
A little too much.
Yeah, he's cooking there, but not enough. Wasn't quite sauteing the ingredients correctly. Oh, and the updraft! Next gen!
Wow.
Doesn't really get a lot because Polar still gets the kill to KO.
Ooh, what a spam from Ryan. Finds Polar.
And they can't even trade him
is
because
looking
of
to
the
get involved
Astral
here. Uh-oh.
Yeah, where Nom is. Nom gets back away. He gets to kill the beat. That was just so unexpected there. NACO gets to kill the quad while completely blind. There's so much util being thrown out. This is like a game of Overwatch here.
Last player
Killed
standing.
NACO and gets a spam onto Ryan through the smoke as well. Mitchell, the last one standing in a 1 versus 3 here. Just so difficult for him, but he's got to clutch this round out.
It is only 102 here, but this is a very hard crossfire to break. This would require a miracle from Mitchell.
Especially when you have all that Killjoy utility, all that Sova utility to just further delay the push. I think Mitchell suspects that one person, especially with that jump peek, he's going to know that one person is playing logs, but I think he's correctly deduced that there's a crossfire going on here, and he doesn't know how to break it. He does have 3 Astra stars, but as soon as he goes to Astral form, they're going to know it.
With concealment. 30 seconds left.
Oh, he has a smoke out as well. Oh no,
Oh,
but
shorty
Teku
from
with the shorty!
Nom. Teku's gonna steal it away.
Nom had the shorty, and Teku was all too happy to just swing out and capitalize and grab that kill.
Match
It is now 12-6. UW have a mountain to climb if they want to pull this game back.
To be fair,
in this reality.
Ascent comebacks are pretty common.
Yes,
This
but
is
consider.
yeah. I will consider that this is your average silver ranked game. I have seen a 0-12 comebacks, and 6 is certainly possible.
Yes,
I just
but
might have
UW
been
don't have the guns.
That might have been part of the 12 when that happened. Just saying.
Yeah, but the main problem is UW don't really have the guns in their favor. They got a Stinger, they got a Sheriff. It's just all over the place now. NACL can't make a miracle happen here. Gets that tag onto Nathan as well here. Gonna throw some shots. Teku gets the kill on the UW. And
Big
NACL's
damage,
running
for
by.
B, yeah. Teku and Nom both very low.
Next gen.
Oh, what a find for Polar. Close up.
Has
Next
first
gen almost
contact with the
converts the
Stinger.
kill.
Can't quite kill fast enough. And Juan gets the kill into Ryan as well. Mitchell and NACL left in a 2 versus 3.
Last player standing.
Happy to get that kill into Mitchell. No more. Can he juice a little bit here? He cannot. Nah, he takes on Lucian. That is the game.
GG's.
Unfortunately, yeah. Seattle U take it 13-6 over UW on that final map here. Wow. I mean, what a game. Obviously, Seattle U showing us a masterclass there, especially with Polar's performance.
8 first bloods, 23, 13, and 4.
Yeah, Nam especially did an incredible job anchoring sides on their defense half, just not really giving UW even a chance to sort of pull those comebacks that they were able to nearly pull off on map 1, which was Pearl. Just such an incredible performance. I can't even speak. That's how incredible that was. Just wow. I'm obviously your heart goes out to UW. My heart goes out to UW because I'm from UW. But they obviously they played their hearts out, but it really wasn't enough.
Yeah, and as you guys can see on the camera right there, GG's going all around. Both these teams really do respect each other.
Yeah, and as we head out of this,
GG's coming around.
This game with Seattle University winning 2-0. We are going to be heading to an interview in a little bit.
Is that going right now?
Yeah, we're actually going
looks
to be
like we're going to be
interviewing
live.
one of the players from Seattle U, which is Nathan, I believe. Yeah. And we're going to be taking that away
right?
in a sec. Message here. Yeah, so I'm going to be giving up the floor to Nathan. Yeah, congratulations on the win, Seattle U.
All right. Here we are, guys, standing by with Nathan. Nathan here, your last game. Your last game here for Seattle U.
Yes.
How are you feeling right now?
It's nice ending on a win. Wish I could continue to play, but just don't have the time as much anymore. But I'm glad we can end it out on a bang as a team. I love my team over there, all 5 of us, all 4 of them over there. We're all like brothers. Ren, Polar, my roommate, known him since like middle school. I'm glad I could play with him in college. All of them. I'm just so happy that we could win today.
Oh, what a dream.
Yeah.
Yeah. You definitely had a great game, especially a great start to this final map. I think you finished around like 14, 10, 15. Are you satisfied with the send-off game?
Yeah, I'm satisfied with the send-off game. Brian, I want my money. They're all betting on the under. Normally I'm bottom frag. I was kind of bottom frag
today,
but it wasn't too bad. They're hitting on my downfall. They're playing on my downfall. I want my money. All
right. Yeah. So as you know, obviously there will be a slot open when you go back into retirement with this team. What do you see in the future of this team, and like what are some expectations you have for them for next year?
Next year, I expect them to do as well as we did, even better. Some of the people that they're looking to try are higher ranked than me, better mechanically. So we'll see what happens there. I am gonna stay on as like emergency sub 6-man. So
we might see you again.
Maybe in the future, but not all the time. So yeah, I expect them to do as good or even better than what we did this year because we've only started together as a team in January, so it's only been about like 4 months of practice, 4 months together, and yeah, so I expect to be better. Yeah.
All right. Are there any words that you have for incoming college freshmen looking to get into the scene as you exit?
Just like go for it. At the end of the day, it's kind of like a video game. Just do it. There's no downfalls of not making it. Always good to try out. That's what I did this past year, and it worked out for me. I have to travel to Boise to play at a LAN, which is really cool. But yeah, for all the incoming freshmen, just like go for it. It's fun.
All right, and then finally, any last words that you have for any spectators?
Any spectators? Shout out everyone that's watching. Shout out all the support. Shout out to all my teammates too. Long hours of practice, long hours of screaming. It's nice for it to finally pay off. It's nice to end it on a W. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for joining me today, Nathan.
Thank you.
All right. Well, I guess that. Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's all over. Congratulations to Seattle University once again, and thank you so much for joining us for this special event. Huge thanks to the players from Seattle University for making this possible, coming all the way out here. Really appreciate it, and we look forward to facing off once again. And I choose to believe that UW's going to get its revenge, but we'll see. Remember to check us out at of WA Esports on most platforms. It's the same thing as the Twitch link. It's on Twitter, it's on YouTube. On YouTube it's UW Esports. But join the Discord if you're interested in opportunities like this to cast, to observe, to compete, anything of that sort. And yeah, if you have any questions, just feel free to reach out. A quick reminder.
Just go for it.
Yeah, quick reminder, all of our teams, Overwatch, Rocket League, League of Legends, Valorant, they're having tryouts very, very soon. Make sure to register for them by June 2nd. Admin positions like player coordinator, broadcast coordinator, community coordinator are all also open to apply for today. So come check out the UW Esports team. And finally, have a great night. We'll see you next time.
Thank you all for joining us, and we'll hopefully see you guys soon.
Yeah, this is
Can I, or Frost Evans, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
Brandon.
and we are signing off.